Hey guys, welcome to Daily Dose. Happy Friday. It is March 7th, 2025. I've been on the road, but here I am. Long week of travel. Hope you're doing well out there. A lot of things are starting to take shape in the NFL as we get ready for free agency next week. We see a lot of deletions out there. What I always say is before the additions come the deletions. We've seen players released that were at one time the biggest names, biggest contracts. The Jaguars, they didn't cut Christian Kirk, but they just traded him for nothing. Seventh round pick, I call it a ham sandwich trade. And this was a guy who set the market for wide receivers a few years ago. A marquee free agent signing who at the time signed the biggest contract in the history of wide receivers. And following that, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp, and so many more got big contracts. Now he's traded for a ham sandwich. That's the circle of life in the NFL. What I want to talk about here is the Bengals. Speaking of receivers, they have telegraphed their offseason plan. A lot of people are asking about their three players that had contract issues. What were they going to do? The two receivers, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and the premier pass rusher and Trey Hendrickson. Now we know. Let's start with Chase. They have basically said they're going to make him the highest non-paid quarterback in the NFL. And with Max Crosby's new deal, that could be over $35.5 million a year. It's going to surpass Justin Jefferson and C.D. Lamb on the market. It's going to make him 15, 16 million more a year than, say, Saquon Barkley. So they've already said that. So they're on record that Jamar Chase is going to get this massive contract. On the other side of the receiver room, T. Higgins, they have franchise tag for the second straight year, meaning he played out a 4-year rookie contract, was supposed to be a free agent last year, was not a free agent, was supposed to be a free agent this year, not a free agent. That's what the tag allows teams to do. So they say they're intending to sign him. I don't believe it. I think they're going to pay their money to Chase and not have a second receiver making 25, 26 plus million a year. I don't believe it. I think they've tagged him to just, as I say, date him for another year. On the defensive side of the ball, Trey Hendrickson has, quote, supposedly requested a trade. What that means is they probably had some negotiations. They weren't going anywhere. The Max Crosby deal set a new market for top DNs, and it probably is a mutual thing. Okay, we'll get you out of here. So, to summarize, the Cincinnati Bengals, typically a very stingy team, as we know, even with Joe Burrow putting pressure on them, is saying they're telegraphing their plan. They're going to marry Jamar Chase, give him a huge ring on his finger. They're going to date T. Higgins for a year. Franchise tag allows you to do this. They're not committing to him. They're not marrying him. Just like last year, they'll date him another year. And they're going to divorce Trey Hendrickson because the price is too high and they're going to move on. So, marry Chase, date Higgins, divorce Hendrickson. There you have it. Cincinnati Bengals offseason plan for 2025. Have a great weekend.